Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the No Rules, Just Vibes podcast. I'm your host, Maya and Jill, and I am back with another week of stuff to talk about. But y'all, this week I'm by myself because I felt like we needed to have a family conversation, just a little one-on-one, a little come to Jesus meeting. And I think that I want to get into why people aren't supporting your business or just why you're not getting the support that you think you deserve. And I hear this all the time. It's just like, my city is not even supporting me. My family and friends is not supporting me. And I think sometimes it's so easy to put the blame on other people, but we don't like to be held accountable or responsible for why we may not be getting that support that we want or we feel like we deserve. And so, yes, I'm gonna fuss at y'all today because I think that it's time to be honest. Like, I don't think it's always, people are just not supporting you. I think it's time to have an open and honest conversation about it. So I just kind of want to go through some things that I may have experienced, some of my friends have experienced, or just what I've observed or why people may not be supporting you or your businesses or your dreams, whatever it is, your career choice. It's not specific to one thing, but just why you may not be getting that support that you want. And so the first thing I noticed is, especially for like entrepreneurs, you don't even know your target audience, just point blank. You don't know your target audience. And then sometimes we know our target audience, but we don't even know how to find them, or we just haven't put in the work to find our target audience. And when I say you don't know your target audience, like you automatically think like your family and friends is your target audience, and that may not be the case. Yes, that's fine if they just support you out of spite, just off the principle that they mess with you that way, but you can't, feel like you're entitled to support from your family and friends just because they're family and friends. Now, mind you, I have great family and friends, so they gonna stand behind me 10 toes down and 100%, but I don't expect them to. Like, that's not an expectation for me. And so I have to actually put in the work to find my target audience, to figure out, okay, who do I want this to resonate with? Like, who am I doing this for, outside of me chasing my dreams, but who am I helping with this? What type of person, whether it's a certain age, a certain race, male or female, single, married, educated, whatever it is the case. It's just, you have to figure that out. You have to understand what your business, the purpose of your business and what you're trying to accomplish, so you can figure out, okay, who is this for? So that's the first thing. Figure that out. I say always take some time, takes a few hours and brainstorm and figure out who your target audience is. But the second thing I think you need to understand, and I think this is where so many people miss it, and I struggle with this for a very long time, and I'm still trying to figure this out, y'all. You need to actually find your target audience. Like, that's on you. Like, people may recommend you and they may find you, but the responsibility is really on you to find your target audience and put some work in finding them. You got 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is great, but there's still millions of people that don't even know you exist. And so you're frustrated because you're not getting the traction or the engagement that you want. It's like you spent so much time on the branding and you haven't spent enough time on the marketing. I don't know who needs to hear that, but those two things are completely different. And I think so many people forget the marketing, and that's how you find your target audience. Like, run some ads, do some promos, look at your Facebook business insights. If you're a business and entrepreneur and you haven't checked that out, then you're already behind. You need to be looking at your Facebook audience insights to see, okay, these are the people that I want to connect with. Let me figure out what they're interested in so I know how to run certain ads. I had to figure all of that out. And now that I'm growing and I'm reminded that, okay, I put in all this work, and, initially I may not have been getting that response that I want, but now that I'm growing, it's just reassurance that it's so many other people that have never even heard of the podcast, never even heard of me, don't have a clue that we exist. So what am I getting frustrated for? I just need to keep going, putting money and effort and work into finding those people that are interested in what I have to say, just period. So I think that's the first thing. You just don't know your target audience. You haven't found them. You haven't put in the effort in finding them. You're just kind of expecting that, your networking, your inner circle is supposed to push you to the top. And no, that don't even stop thinking that way. To me, that's like entitlement. It's a privilege if they do that, but that's not their responsibility. So the second thing I think a lot of people just kind of underestimate and overlook is just you're not supporting other people's business. Period. People not supporting you because you don't support them. You don't support anybody. You see people promoting stuff, your friends and family promoting stuff all day. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to buy something. This could be just a comment, a share, a like, a recommendation, showing up to a big moment for them. If they're graduating, showing up to their graduation. If they, of course, if they invited you, but just like if they're celebrating a promotion or something like that, but just showing up for other people. It doesn't matter if, I don't even know, like you don't have to do it from the standpoint of I'm doing this expecting to get something back, but God is going to return that to you. It doesn't matter. Like they may not necessarily return to you, but you'll start seeing that you're going to get people supporting you that you may not even know just because you're putting that energy out there. A lot of y'all see other people winning and surpassing you, and you start resenting them and start being jealous, and you don't support them, and you actually like criticizing from the sidelines. That's what a lot of us do, and because we feel like we haven't gotten there yet. And it's like, no, I'm gonna support and stand behind my friends 100%, because if my friends win, that means I win. I want to see them go to the next level, because I know just by me being connected to that, God is gonna bless me. If he can do it for them, I know he can do it for me. And that's not no shade there, but it's just like that reassurance that, just like I want to receive support, you got to give it. You can't expect people to support you and you don't show up for nobody. Like, that's unrealistic. So that's the second thing that I feel like a lot of people just kind of underestimate, especially like I'm a support Black businesses and Black female businesses like even more, because I'm a Black female, Black woman business, because I actually hate the word female, but I'm a Black woman business owner. And so because I want people to support me, I'm going to support other people, whether I know them or not. I know the experience and I know how hard it is. And I know, just to have that reassurance and get one sale, people don't take that for granted, but at the same time, that's the energy that I'm putting out, so I'm going to get that in return. Okay. So the next thing I feel like, we just kind of deal with, or, just why people may not support our businesses, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all may not like this, but I think sometimes we have to understand that our businesses, or just, our reputation or whatever it is just not giving what we think it is giving. So what I mean by that is just, especially for entrepreneurs, your product isn't quality, like just point blank. Like it's just not giving what we think that it's giving. And like people know that, they notice it. And it's like, okay, you have to really spend time and perfect your gift. Perfect your graphics on social media, perfect your customer service, your interactions with people, perfect your product, perfect your energy, you show up, and it defeats the purpose if you're showing up for people and you killing the whole vibe that's there. No, like put out good things, put out good energy, put out good quality products. I think for me, when I first started the podcast, if y'all go listen to them first 2 to 3 episodes, I was nervous. I had never done this before, and they weren't good. They were okay, but I wasn't confident yet. I didn't know how to actually do this yet. What's the best way to do this? So as I'm learning, I'm tweaking things, I'm growing, I'm changing software. I'm inviting more people on to have dialogue, because I see that you guys like that, and it's actually easier for me. So I think that we actually have to put the time in to create something that's great. You can't microwave it. It's not, you can't just like put something out and expect it's going to be this perfect thing. No, it takes time. You have to perfect your craft. You have to, if you're a hairstylist, you just don't come out and you're killing the game automatically. You have to develop and, perfect your techniques and things that work and don't work. And so once you get to that point, then your work starts speaking for itself, and you're going to draw in that audience. And I think I just kind of put that responsibility on us to take more time to perfect or just develop or just raise the level of whatever it is that you got going on. So people can't deny you if you're good. That's just, I don't care if you think about some of the hole in the walls that we love to go eat at. Do I like going there a lot of the times? No. Do I think that, I compromise on things that I probably shouldn't compromise on? Yes, but the food is amazing. I'm willing to tolerate more than probably what I should, because I know the food is amazing. I know I'm going to have a certain experience. So I think that's something that we need to focus on. Just like spend some time just getting better. Don't think that, automatically that you already have it together. No, there's opportunities to grow and learn for everybody. Period. So I definitely think, like, haven't found your target audience yet. You're not supporting other people. You need to just work on getting better in your business, your life, healthier, whatever it is, just developing yourself to get to the next level. Focus and spend some time on that. But then I think one of the last things, while we may not be getting that support, is just you haven't even bought into it yet. And that's something that I had to really just get open and honest with myself about. If you're tired and you don't want to do this, or you're just doing it for the money, there's really no passion behind it, or, you're not authentic, people can see that. You think that people can see that. They can feel that. One of the biggest compliments that I get on doing this podcast is people that know me, they tell me, oh my God, you are in your element. They can tell that I enjoy doing this. I may not necessarily feel like it all the time, but they understand that I enjoy doing this. I'm excited when I come on the show. I'm excited to have people on the show. I'm excited to talk about all these different topics. Like, how do you show up to work? And I slander corporate America all the time, y'all. And I always feel some type of way. But at the same time, if that's your passion and you're trying to climb the corporate ladder and you feel like you're not getting the attention, the support, and things that you need, and you know that you do good work, and you know that you're qualified, and how do you show up to work? Do you show up late? Do you show up looking any kind of way? Do you show up frustrated, like you just don't want to be there? That's what you're gonna get. Like, that's just the energy that you're gonna get. You haven't bought into it yet. I mean, literally. And that's in every area. You could, if you're dealing with if you're in a relationship and you have what somebody would call like an unsupportive partner or spouse or whatever, how are you showing up? That's the first thing. I think you need to, I always think self-reflection. Before I get somebody else together, I'm gonna say, okay, what can I be doing better? What's, what am I doing to get this reaction? Am I doing something? I may not be doing something, but I'm going to ask myself. I'm going to do the self-assessment. So that's what I challenge everybody to do. Like, how are you showing up? You mad because you're not getting likes and stuff on social media, but like, how often are you even posting? Can people feel your excitement through your captions? Are you interacting with people? When they DM you and ask questions, are you leaving them on red? Like, what are you doing? And how are you showing up? Have you bought into it yet? I see people try to sell products that they've never used. No, like, and that's like textbook marketing. Like, literally, you show people that you've bought into whatever it is that's going on, and you show how it has changed your life, how it's working for you, how you're enjoying doing it, and that's how you get other people to buy in. Like, it's super simple. Like, when you really think about it, it's super simple. But I think sometimes we just, it's so easy to blame other people. Oh, I'm not getting the support, or my family and friends are not supporting me, or like, I don't know, just whatever else y'all complain about. I'm not getting likes on social media. Okay, you hosting twice a week, girl. Go to the corner, period. Like, no, it's going to take some work, and you have to buy in. And so what I did was, I know me, I get burnt out extremely fast. Go listen to some of my other episodes. I talk about it all the time. I get burnt out due to lack of motivation and just being overwhelmed and overworked and not being enthusiastic. But I realized that a lot of the times I be trying to do stuff that I'm not even passionate about. I ain't bought it in. I can't buy into it because it's just like I don't enjoy doing it. So it takes a lot of energy out of me. But this, I love to talk. Yeah, I can talk all day. I probably talk too much, but I love giving advice and wisdom and trying to help people. And so this is right up my alley. Y'all, I'm in here every week, live and alert, period. And y'all can feel that because I'm excited to be here. And so I think we would have better experiences if we curated things that we know we would experience well. I just came up with that. I don't know, but I feel like that makes sense. I feel like, once you tap into something that you really enjoy, or that like, this is the type of person that I am, then you're going to experience, like, you're going to have a better experience at it. Like, if you're not a morning person, then you may not need to have or do something, or just schedule things first thing in the morning, because you're just not going to be able to give it your all. Simple. So I don't know. I don't know how else to say that, because give yourself time to buy into something, or just reevaluate, how can I change this to better complement the things that I care about, or complement, the type of person that I am, just, certain qualities and traits and things like that. If you have something and you feel like, and then sometimes you just need an outright change. Like, you can't be scared of that. Y'all, I'm not going to even tell y'all how many businesses I done started and ideas I done started and stopped. And it's just like, okay, I thought I was in love with that. Obviously, I'm not. I mean, sometimes you just need a change, and there's nothing wrong with that. And, be open to it, no matter how much time. And I know it's hard when you put so much time and, like, an investment in something, and you put your energy and work into something, and you're not really bought into it, and you feel like, this is probably not what I should be doing. It's okay to change it. I mean, take that L, take the lessons that you learned. No, actually, it's not an L. You've learned something from it. I don't know what it is, but I can guarantee you've learned something from it. Even if it's just you've learned that that's not what you're passionate about, that's still a win. So I actually don't. It's not an L. Let's rephrase that. Okay. So besides that, I think those are kind of just like the main things that I feel like we just kind of get open and honest about, and we just kind of have to take accountability for, and be responsible for. But then, just kind of on the flip side, I think I'm kind of done fussing at y'all, but just on the flip side, I think we have to really, really understand that, number one, you don't even want everybody as a support system, or just a customer, or just everybody's not gonna be in your corner, but you don't want everybody in your corner. Some people are just there to be nosy. Some people are just there to criticize. Some people are just, they don't come with good intentions. And so everybody is not going to be your target audience. I know I told you at the beginning to kind of find your target audience, know your target audience, but always understand that everybody is not going to be your target audience, and you don't want them to be. You want to create an environment and a space that's supportive, that's loving, that's caring. If there is some criticism, it's constructive, it's going to help you get better. But you don't want trolls. If you're just kind of trying to grow and get support for the sake of support, then you may want to reevaluate why you're doing this and who you're actually helping, because you don't even want everybody to support you, period. You don't want everybody in your corner, because, like I said, some people just don't come with the right intentions. And I don't know how better to explain that, because I would rather have 5,000 people supporting me headstrong. Every time I put something out, it's getting sold out because they rocking with me, they loving me, versus 10,000 people that are just there to figure out what's going on. Like, that's literally the whole, like, if you're on social media and the whole, like, likes versus engagement thing, I'm gonna ride with the engagement every time, because it's true. I want true supporters. Look at me. I want true supporters. I don't want people that are just there for the sake of being there. Like, I don't get anything from that. So I think just understand, everybody's not going to be a supporter. Everybody's not going to be a client, a customer, or, whatever word you want to put there. You're not going to be for everybody, point blank. And then I think you also have to understand that some people are sheep, period. Some people are sheep. Some people are just going to support you once you've won. Like, it doesn't matter. They can see you grind from the beginning until the end. And if you take off, or when you take off, because we manifest over here, when you take off, then they'll support you. And it's just, you have to understand that. You just have to be okay with it. Some people are sheep, they only are going to support you once you won. Once they see thousands and millions of other people supporting you, that's when they'll support you. So, and that's okay. That's okay. Because I tell people all the time, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And yes, I get a lot of listeners and support from Birmingham, Alabama. But I get crazy, crazy support from places, just other places in the U.S. and then internationally. Like, we're in our 14th week. And the podcast is in the U.S., the U.K., Germany, Australia, Ireland, the Philippines. We're not a local podcast. Now, when I get to that point, I can guarantee you, the city gonna ride. Everybody's gonna ride you because they're proud of you. It's a proud moment, and everybody want to take part into that. But you have to understand that people are sheep. It's the same concept as why it's so easy for you to grow your social media once you already have a following. That's why people buy fake followers. Like, that's the whole concept, is people will, I don't know. I don't even know the science behind it. I just don't know. But people are sheep. So you just have to understand that some people are just not going to support you until you won. Like, just come to terms with it. It'll make your days go a lot easier. It will make you less worried. You'll be able to sleep at night. All you have to do is just keep going. The responsibility is on you to stay committed, consistent, keep putting out great content, great products, great services, and you're going to get rewarded for it. I mean, it's you have to get rewarded for it. I mean, it's no other way. That's how I think about it. I go to restaurants, or when I get my hair done or nails done, or just have a good experience somewhere, I'm gonna tell my friends, my family about it, and I'm gonna brag on it. I think people underestimate the word of mouth marketing and advertising too. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. Just kind of on the flip side, you don't even want everybody as a customer, client, supporter, whatever. And then, some people are just gonna, you'll get some of that support on the back end once you get there. But then lastly, I tweeted something this week, and I just kind of wanted to touch on it. I'm not going to go into detail about it because I still haven't found a way that I want to properly explain this, but I do want to kind of like mention it because I feel like it's on topic. So expect a full episode on this one topic later. But I think when it comes to like support systems and just getting support, I think you also have to be careful who you share your goals and your dreams with, because I think sometimes people will talk you out of your dreams, or just just kind of spew out discouragement because you're living theirs. I still, you're like living their dream, and the best way I can explain this is just like, their ceiling is your floor. So a lot of the times, like, where you're trying to go, they just can't see. They can't see it. They can't fathom it. It's unrealistic to them, and they just can't see past where they've gone. So sometimes, even though they mean well, and the intent is not to discourage you, they end up doing that just because they don't understand the vision. You're already living out their dream, so it's just like, for security, it's just like, you better be grateful for this opportunity. You don't know what how many people would love to have this opportunity. I hear it all the time, especially like with me being an attorney, and aunts, uncles, and just kind of like a little bit of the older generation, when they see me doing things, or they hear my plans and dreams, and things that I know I'm going to accomplish within the next 5-10 years. It's just like, How dare you? Like, girl, you already doing X, Y, and Z. And sometimes that can be discouraging because it's just like, okay, should I be grateful? Should I just, chill out and maximize this opportunity that I have? And y'all, that is it will send you into this whole just spiral. So you have to be careful with that because like I said, they will talk you out of your dream because you're living theirs. And like I said, we'll get into that on another episode. As soon as I can find out how to better communicate my thoughts about that, I will. And I may have somebody on the show to help talk through that, so we can both get some clarity or some revelation for the point that I'm trying to make there. But just overall, I think you just have to be careful, like when you're looking for that support and you're sharing your dreams and your goals and your vision with different people, just be careful. Just be careful because I think everybody struggles with self-doubt and fear at some point. And, you don't need any assistance doing that. You do that enough. I do that enough. We do that enough. This is not specific to, this is me. And a lot of times when I'm on here talking, I'm preaching to myself. And it's just like, the last thing that I need is you not giving me the reassurance that I need to help encourage me or just give me that extra motivation to keep going. So I'm very, very protective and careful about who I share my goals and my dreams with when it comes to support. And then if I do that and somebody gives me that energy, I shut it down ASAP. Like I do. I don't even let it fester. I just like, you don't understand. You don't see the vision. This is what it's going to be. Like I'll get very defensive about it. And so I'm working on that. And I've learned that, okay, hey, you just can't share with everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it protects you. It protects you. And then it's just, I don't know like I said, we'll get into that, but that's all I wanted to talk about today, y'all. I just kind of wanted to talk about just support and why you may not be getting it, and then just kind of on the flip side, some things are better like the way they are. Sometimes you don't need that support from those places that you think you want that support from. It may not necessarily be what it seems. So for your boundaries, for your safety, for your mental, you got to understand that you don't even want everybody supporting you. The people that support you and that are going to ride with you, they're going to do that. They're going to do that. And, show love to them. Focus on the good. Don't focus on the people that aren't supporting you. Focus on the people that are supporting you and give them the greatest experience of their lives, So that's all I want to say. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I love y'all and thank you for tuning in every week. Oh, and before I go, I don't think I've mentioned this on the podcast yet, but I have a free download that you can go download on the website. It's absolutely free, just a cheat sheet where I talk about just my top 5 tricks or tips that I use to keep from being overwhelmed and stressed out. And I think y'all are going to love it, but definitely go check that out. You can get it off from the website, www.norulesjustvibes.com. And again, thank y'all. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week.